So guys, till now we had seen of our record type, which is record is now completed. Now let's move forward. Let's move forward and have a look at the report type. Now we have different types of reports available with us, such as process reports or tempo reports. Where process reports are the reports which fetch data from our process models like tasks are active, completed, inactive. From these reports can't be changed. And now if we look further for our tempo reports, like tempo reports may include our task reports which may be changed because these are the reports which are fetched with the help of our expression rules from our particular records. So let's move further and try making our report, which is basically our tempo report here. So let's move further and try making it. So as you can have a look here, I have my record with me, like we have done up to here. I had just modified the names here, and that's all. To move further, so you can just have a look, our everything is working here. Now we will be moving to our report part. So to create a report of this record, what we will do, we will go to our interfaces. Let's go to Raquel view and go to our interfaces, and let's just create let's suppose let us create a pie chart. Let's create a pie chart. Okay, so to create a pie chart, we will just click on the interface, just fruit store pie chart. Okay, because in our reports we can make use with the help of expressions or rules, and we can make charts like pie chart. We have our bar chart, we have a column chart, we have different types of chart. So in this session we will be explaining about pie chart. For further, you can go and have a look here. Now we have our palette open in front of us, so let's move further, and now let's have a look at our chart, like how to create these charts here. So what we will be doing, we will be just dragging and dropping a component from here. Like we may drag and drop a section component from here, and let's just remove all these things from here, and let's search for the charts. So you can find here different kinds of chart here. Let's just drag and drop the pie chart. As we had seen, we had just dragged and dropped this component, but now we have two types of places from where we can fetch data. Either we can fetch data from our data store or the constant which we had made, or we can fetch from the record. But it will be better if we fetch from the record, because it will be a real time change, because all these things are here in the record. So for record, what we will do, we will just go to our expression mode, and you can have a look here as a1 pie chart field. What we will do, we will just click on here. As soon as we clicked on here, we can find every detail which are included in it. So this is the best thing in the Appian. You can find everything, like we have label, we have instructions, we have series, show data label, show tooltip, show as percentage, and everything is here. So let's move further and give this is data, like from where the data need to be coming. So for that, we will be just be giving our data. And our data store is what? Our data store is our record. So what is the name of our record? FS fruit record. So we will be just typing FS. You can make use of record type bang, or directly you can do it. Okay, this is our part. Now let's move further. The different thing is, now we need to do some configurations here. So what we will do, we had given data. Now we will give our config part here. So for the config part, we are doing which part of which type of configurations? We are doing pie chart type of configurations. So we will give it a bang, which is our anchor tag. Now you would be more familiar with our anchor tags, like different tags available with us. As record type is for this one, the record type. We have RV bank identifier, we have RV bank record. So you might be familiar with all these things. Okay. Now let's make use of a bank. What is type of a bank? Which is our, it is our pie chart. So we will be making use of our pie chart config. There may be different types of groupings also available there, which may be, which you will explore in different types of charts, because we have primary grouping, we have secondary grouping, which are available in different charts. So we are concerned about pie chart. So we will be doing abank pie chart config. Now pie chart config, just put a comma here. Now as we know nothing, so we will just click on here. As soon as we clicked on here, you can find what is he asking. He is asking you for primary grouping, for measure, for sort, and for data limit. Okay, this is asking me for these things. So what I will do, I will just copy paste this thing from here. What I will do, I will just do copy pasting of primary grouping from here as null, and I will be just doing measure. Data link is basically show it is a link or not. So we will not using our link. We will be using up to data limit. Okay. Then we have our measure, which we will be giving as a null. Then similar is our sort. Ding dong ding. Then we have our sort. We will be giving it as a null. Sorry, we're doing it as a null. And then we have our data, which is our data limit. So we will be also giving it as null. Now let's go and explore it. Now basically we are going to type of a grouping. So which type of grouping we are going to do? So we will, as we had used in config, pie chart config. So in grouping, we will be doing a bank grouping. In the measure, we will be doing a bank measure. In the sort, we will be doing a bank sort. Okay. So for that, we will just do here and come here and just type a bank. Basically we have different grouping available, like primary grouping, secondary grouping. So grouping may include grouping type. So we will be using a bank group. We will be using grouping. Yeah, grouping. Now let's have a look here. Let's click on the grouping part. So as soon as we had clicked on grouping part, we can find here, because this is our last session, so you need to know like how can you own find like what are the details available there. Okay, so we have field, we have interval, we have alias, we have format value. So we will make use of our fields, like which field we would be exploring or which field we will be needing. So let's move here and just have a look like what is it here. We have our type of fruit, we have our fruit selected, and which is being sorted by a based of customer id. Okay, which is basically sorting customer id. So we can make use of type of fruit, or we can make use of fruit selected. So I will be using this two upon basic depending upon which our chart will be made. Okay, so let's select our fruit, which is our fruit selected. So let's come back here, and grouping would be done on the basis of field. So let's just apply a field here. So field, as we had taken our record, so record would be also taken from this field also. So we will be giving this record, which is fs record. Then we have dot field, dot, just enter a dot and the field will come, dot field. Then what do we have? Just select the field which you want. Like I would just want to have a fruit selected. So that's all for now. Okay, now let's give it alias, or let's give it something, the field name, which is our, okay, let's give it alias. And from where you can find this, just go here and go to your data model. You can do it from there, but as we are from beginner perspective, we will just do copy here from here. We have our alias here. Okay, we have our fruit selected. Now that's all. Now let's move to measure. So in measure, what we will be using, we will be using our a bank measure. And just do yourself for the short one, a bank measure. measure आ गया. Similar, when we had done measure, we will have a field, function, alias, label, everything will be here. So let's move further and give it a field. Okay, give it a field. Our field would be what, of a record type. So we will be using fs fruit dot. What will be dot? It's our field. From where? From where we want to measure? From our customer id. Okay, that's all. And then we have our alias, which would be our id count. Okay, which should be our id count. And what is this error? So it is saying invalid value for function. So function must be there. So we will be using function here as count, or you can give it like some. Just you don't need to do anything. You just need to give it wrong, and it will show you what is the wrong. Okay, because we will be exploring more by doing wrong. So let's give it a function. As soon as I clicked on the function and I give it like a b c d. Okay, so it will show me like what are the functions available, like count, sum, a average, minimum, maximum, or distinct count. But I had given abcd, so just try to explore more. So what I will be using, I will just using count from here, and just go. do it. And for sort, similar way, we have a bank sort info. We it will also requires some fields like field and ascending. It's ascending is true or not, of it's false. So we will just do what we will do here. We will give here flex field f field. What is the field here? Basically, which field we want to sort. So we had given here on the custom ID, so we will be making use of this. And now whether it's ascending is true or false. So let's try by looking our ascending as true. Let's just have a look like what we get if we give it ascending as a true. Then we get all these things here. If we give it as a false, then let's have a look here. Just try to explore more and more things, because by exploring only we will get to know. Okay, if we give it as false, then it will give like this part. Okay, so for the time sake, let's make it a true. Okay, then we have our data limit. Now let's make, so this is the one which we had configured in our data part, or which have configured our data, we have configured our config part. Now let's move further, and let's just do one thing. Let's just remove this part pie chart and have this our food chart. Okay, that's all for now. We have our food chart and everything is fine from here. Now basically this series is for, if we have our data from DB, then we can choose like which type of color you want. But as we have already given it for a record type, so even if you have just removed it or commented it, it will also work. Let us see. I had saved it and I have no series here. So let me just refresh this page. So I have refreshed my page, so you can have a look here. Even if I have removed this series, it is working. Okay, even if I had removed this series, it is working. Now let's move further. We have our color scheme as classic. If you want to show it as a like percentage, or you want to have a look at the data labels, then we can, what we can do here, just you what you can do here, you just need to go and click on this pie chart field, and you will get every action, every available here, like series label style, height, show as percentage, label position. So we will be using this all things for making our beauty part. This all comes under the cosmetic parts. By this time we are done with our data which is being shown from our record. Okay, let's do some cosmetics. Let's do it to, okay, and we have next one. You can have a look here. We have now all the elements coming in our percentage. We have our color schemes also available. Let's explore color schemes. कहाँ गई? We have our midnight, we have our ocean. Let's try midnight, like how it looks like. So you can just have a look here. Midnight looks like this. We have our sunset looks like this. We have our rainforest look like this. So you can try just different elements here. Now let's suppose we want to make it as a dynamic part. We want to make it a dynamic. So for that, here we will be making use of our local variables. So let's just move further and make use of our local variables. Let's just compress all the things from here, and let's move further here. Here are a bank local variables. Let's make this part more dynamic, or where the user can have an interaction with it. Okay, So till now we are here. Let's just drag and down the section part and then make use of our a bank text field. So we will be dragging our section part here, which is our termed as our section layout. Okay, and let's just do our what is it, drop down from here. Let's just select our drop down field from here. So let's have our local variables with us. Okay, okay. Let's have a local variable. No, no, no. Okay, it's expecting it. So let's just give it here. Okay, so we have our local bank choice as null. Now what we will doing, we will be selecting whether you wanted a fruit or you want a type of fruit. Okay, local bank choice we give here. We give here local, in the local bank choice we have like to do different choices, which is our, in choices we have our two different choice, which is fruit. Let's say text fields, let's give it a fruit. Fruit, or we let's give a size slash type. Size slash type. Okay, so we have these two things available with us. Now let's move further and do like choice, local bank choice selected, local bank choice selected. If local bank choice is, if local bank choice is equal to fruits, then what should happen? It should happen like fs of our fields dot fruit selected. Else what should happen? Fs fruit record dot fields dot type of fruit. Okay, so this should happen. Now let's have our default value here. We have our default value as this part here. Okay, we have our default value as this part here. Now let's move on to the drop down part. Let's move on to our drop down part and give it some values. In choice options we will be giving it fruits type slash size, and similar thing we will be giving it in the choice values, and we will be saving it into value would be our local bank choice, and save into will be our local bank choice. So we will be doing these two things here. So let's just have a look here. So we have done up to this part here. Hmm, what is this issue here? Whether a drop down component invalid value, all the values must represent in the choice value. We have our choice labels and value. Value is our local bank choice and choice selected is our this thing. So let me just do one thing. Let me just save this part and try to refresh this page. Yeah, so we have these things available with us. So fruit or type of fruit. So this part is with us. Now We will be going to our this part, local bank choice selected. We will be going to our field, and in the field we will be giving our local bank choice selected, and that's all. Our part is done here. So now you can have a look here. If I just refresh this page or just select anything from here, based upon it, the value will be changing. What is this happening? So let's try to explore it. Like when I am trying to do here, its type of size, then it's coming like this. In the fruit, when I'm doing it, it's coming here. So something is not missing here. We have fruit. Oh, so we have fruit. So we need to just copy paste it from here, and that's all. So let's just try our page here. So you can find here in the fruit type size, we can find these things from here. And here we can find, like in the fruit, we can find our fruits here, like dragon fruit, gooseberry, apple, or avocado. So these things are all here. So in this way, we had created our report of the fruits, like how many fruits are being sold. Like dragon fruit is 16.7%, the market demand, and gooseberry market demand is 16.7%, apple market demand is 33.3%, and avocado market demand is around 33.3%. Okay, so try playing out more with these charts. Let's just click on the save changes, and we have our this report ready with us. So now we will be making our site with the help of this report. Okay, so to create our site, what we will do, where will we do, going, we will just click on here and just go back to our application objects and just click on this new and just click over this site part. So we will be creating a site. So let's just start making a site by making giving it name. So let's just give the site name as FS Food Store Site. So we had given the food store site. In description, we can give like site for food store. Okay, site for food store. So this comes to our end of the part. There are many multiple things for this to be explored, but this is the one in which the site can be made. Okay, so site for the food store. Let's just click on the create part. So once we had clicked on the create part, a window will open. It is asking for the users. So based upon your user, whether you want it to be an initiator, administrator, viewer, initiator, you can just give it. For the timing, I am just giving it as a save as and moving further. Now it's opening. A tab is opening into a new window. Once a tab is opened, now as we know, Tempo is also our site, a dedicated site where all users can have a look. It has 5 tabs, so a site can have a max of around 5 tabs. Okay, so let's just go to our site, and you can also take a note whether tempo need to be displayed or not. Okay, so let's just start giving the pages. Now as we had told you about the report part, so we had this our chart here. So either we can make use of interface or we can make use of report. So what we will do, we will just go and make our report. So to make a report, we will go back, just click on the new part, just click on the report, and here it is asking for interface, because interfaces are the one in which we can create a report. Hence the reports can be changed, but the process reports can't be changed because they are from the task which are accepted, rejected, or from the processes ones which are being combined with the analytics engine, which gives the real time data. So let's just click here fs pi start, and let's give a name of this report as food store report. Fs store report. Okay, so you have like legacy here to give space. So, okay, so let's just now you have this option. If you want to save this report as a task report, if you save this report as a task report, it will be available under the task tab. It will be available here. It will be available here if you save this. But for the time being, we are not saving it, we are just saving it as a report. So let's just save it, and let's just click on the create part. So now we had clicked over the create part. Let's just click on the save as, and that's all. Now we have our report ready with us. Okay, we have our report readiness. Now we will be using this report. I will be showing you how to use report and also interface. You can use both of them. Okay, so we will be going to our site back, and the first thing which we will doing is to create where user can insert values. Okay, so to insert values, user can have add customer info. To add customer info, we had made a process model, and remember icons are necessary here. Okay, let's just save our icon. Let's just click on the save this part and make it a save. And now we have four actions available like we have four buttons clickable here which you can do. Like we have action where we can give process models, we have interfaces, we have records, we have reports, we have different things available here. So I will be making use of action, and then I will be going into my process model, which is my fs, which we had made to insert values. Okay, now let's just click on the OK part. This is my first tab, so it would look, you can also have a real time look like how it would be looking here. Now let's just add our second page. It would be to update the info. Update customer info, like if by chance he has an customer info. So for that, or you can just have a look the record one, because we had already created this functionality into a record, so there is no need to update, we can just make use of record. So we will just doing our fs fruits record. Okay, you can just give your name, give it your name, whatever you want. Let us just give this record type. Actually, I'm just confused again giving these icons. So what we will be giving here? Let's just give this one. You can based upon your sort action, you can give it. Now let's just click on the record. So here we can find our record, which is our fs. Yeah, just click on the enter, and that's all. Our record is done. So you can have a look like we had made all the things. Now we are just coming placing other things at one place. Now we had made our report. Let's just have a look here. Yeah. Let's just click over here. Let's here fs report. Okay, now let's just give it a full. And what is the name of the report which we had made? It is fs store report, fruit store report, which is fs. Hmm. Okay, we just need to give it here in the report part, and now we will give it like fs. Okay, just a second. We had made our report. First thing, let me just save it. I think it's not refreshing. Let me just refresh the page. It happens sometime because we are dealing with the code, so it happens. Let me just add a page. We have our fs report. Let me just give an icon. So we have this icon present with us. Okay, in the action you can give it like a report, and you can find here. So we have our fs report available here, so that's okay. Now let me just click on the OK part. If you want, you can just give it a big name like here. And the last thing, we had already made use of this one, but to just show that we can also make use of interface, I will be just applying an interface there. Okay, I will be applying an interface there because we had already made a report. This report is made of that interface only, but to just show the functionality, I will be making the use of this particular report fs interface. Okay, let me just give it an icon. Mhm. Let me just give it the interface, and the interface I will be using fs. Let me just choose the interface. Okay, now let me just click on the OK. So now my site is ready with me. My site is ready with me. It will look like this. If you want to make a changes, make a changes in the logo or style, you can do it. Now it's upon you. So we are coming to end of our application. Let's just save as, save changes. Let's try to refresh this page. If you want to edit this address, you can also edit this address. No, let's just go, let's just visit the site. To visit the site, we will just go here and have our site here. So we will just click on this here. So once we had clicked on here, you can have a look like how our site looks like. You can have a look here. It doesn't have tempo, but if I come here on the task and I just go here, do here, or just come here. Mhm. So you can have a look. It contains tempo. Okay. So let us do something changes in here. Let's just have a look at our record. So you have 8 details here. Let's have a look at the report. So our report says that apple, avocado, dragon fruit, and gooseberry are in equal quantity in the market. Let's have a look with the type of size. So we can have a look here that people used to prefer small, and then they have big and medium as in the same quantity. So what will we be doing? We will be taking a big part from let's say from any of these fruits. So let's just go back to our customer info and add a new like customer name AB. Okay. Then like customer number is our. Then let's select the type of fruit. We have our apple, and then we have our big apple. Okay. And then let's just submit. It will ask me a pop-up. Let's click on the yes. Once it is submitted, we'll go to our task tab. It will go to the senior person. He will just validate this task. Click on accept. Just click on the submit. Yes. Back to our site. We have our record. We can just have a look at a record that we have a big apple of 3 kg, which constitutes of a price of 30. Now let's go to report. Now you can find a report here that people have chosen apple as more now over the size. So you can have a look here that now it's changed. People have preferred like big one as 33.3% and medium is 22.2 and small as 44.4 kg. So in this way you can make use of bar charts, column charts, and show your data or represent your data. Now this is the interface which I had just for the example part I had used it, that you can also use this interface directly here. It's better to use a report because this report is also made from this interface only. So this comes to end of our this project. Hope if you like this project, then share with your friends, share the knowledge. Thanks all.